going to be doing a video install today of the Scala Rider G4 headset. And we're going to be putting that in a Scorpion EXO 700 helmet. Okay, so I've already done a little bit of prep work on this, and so basically all I've done is pull out my two cheek pads and my front windscreen. So this is the left cheek pad, depending on how you're looking at it, right side. So those are out of the way. I read the instructions. There's two different ways to mount this. There's a sticky piece that you could actually mount on the outside of your helmet, but with the rubber base of this helmet, I'm a little concerned with the flexing of that. I'm only going to get about half the tape on the actual helmet itself. So I've decided to use the clamshell method. So this is the clamshell method. It clips on like this. There's two screws that tighten it on the bottom, which I pulled out. They're right here. And as you tighten it, it pinches on the top. So I've taken those screws out so I can take this piece. Now you're going to want to kind of figure out where you're going to need this to be based on where your mic's going to be based on the size of your helmet. So you want to have your mic in the front of your helmet there. So I can see in order to do that, I need to have this clamshell piece just behind the clips for my skirt, or for the skirt for my cheek pad. So I'm going to go ahead and stick this in. You can see there's a bit of a gap right there. And there's rubber on the back, so I'm going to slide that in so that I can still get my skirt in. And then you need to leave it out enough to be able to get the other unit popped in. So in fact, I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm going to screw this in now, so I can see that it's in where it needs to be. You can see how it's seated right there on the bottom of the helmet. I'm going to go ahead and grab these screws and screw this in tight. Okay, so that's nice and snug. It's not going to come off of there. So next, what I need to do is install the speakers. So I've already figured out that I'm going to need to use the Velcro. I don't have in my side cheek things, I don't have speaker pockets. Some have speaker pockets in them, but the Scorpion EXO 700 doesn't. So I'm going to need to stick these right here in this flat spot on each side. I'm going to run the cables right down through this little hole, so when I stick back in my cheek pad, the cheek skirt, that it'll actually go in there, push those down. So I'm going to have to leave a little bit of a gap, feed some down in there, and everything will fit back up nice and tight. So I'm going to go ahead and stick the Velcro on both sides. So I'm going to use the alcohol prep pad that it came with. Okay, so as you can see, I have I cleaned with the alcohol prep pad, and I stuck the Velcro in here for the ear speaker on this side, and then I'll turn it around, and I did the same thing on this side. So now what I'm going to do is go ahead and stick the short speaker, goes on the side where the mic boom is, and I'm going to put that in, leaving room for my snap in that, and then I'm going to route my wires behind this plate, and then I'm going to run this wire through behind here around and stick it on the other side. So we're going to I'm going to run those wires, and we'll show you what it looks like once they're run. Okay, as you can see, I got this speaker wire ran, so I actually ran this one. I popped out the top liner here, ran the wire around behind, and then it comes out right here under the snap, so it's not going to fall out. And then they both come down here. Now I did loop the cable down between this piece. There's about 1 inch of a loop before it comes back up, so when I stick this plastic piece of my skirt in, it's going to have room so that cable can go up and then down behind the skirt. So now I'm going to go ahead and install my cheek pads and the side skirt. Okay, so now I got the cheek pads and the windscreen back in the helmet, so this is the final step of the install. Everything's back in. You can see the wires are all hidden really nice. Nothing going to stick down, get cut or anything when I set my helmet down. You know, the speakers are recessed in there nice. The mic is up right where it needs to be, up in the front. So now all I need to do, put obviously my windscreen back on. I took that off for convenience. But this is the battery pack. It's just simply just snaps on, snaps in. Now I'm ready to go. So that's the install of the G4 on a Scorpion EXO 700 helmet.